So it is time for month 3 of Making Magic, and I've got a pretty decent list here, so we're going to just jump right into it. The first one was from when I was working at the Chipmunks, and I had to close their line, and when I close the line, I like to stay with the last family. That way I can easily redirect folks when they're approaching. And I look over, and the boy in the last family is sitting there like this. And I was like, well, what are you doing, bud? And he's like, I'm drinking iced tea. And I was like, oh, is it good? And he said, sure. Do you want some? And so I put out my hands as if for him to pour some into my cup. And he full on animates, like getting my plate out and then a cup and then pouring me some tea. And I was just like, yay, I was drinking imaginary tea with this little boy. It was so exciting. And so I just played along. I was like, this is really good, but do you have any cookies? And he just like lit up like, yes, I can do that. And he started like baking them and putting them in the oven. And it was just such an awesome moment because this kid had to have been like 6 or 7, and he had such an awesome imagination. And the parents were loving that I was playing along with it, and I was having a lot of fun. So that was an awesome experience. The next one happened the same day. I had just met the family while working with Pluto. I had asked them if they wanted my assistance in taking photos, and they said yes, and I took their camera. And there was some language barrier there for us, but I was still able to take some awesome photos for them of their child kissing Pluto on the nose and getting hugs and stuff. And I gave them back their phone and said, have a great day. And then later, I saw them approaching the Chipmunks line, and I was like, oh, do you want to meet the Chipmunks? And they were like, yeah. And so I was like, oh, well, jump on in. You'll be the last ones to see them today. So I turn around, start answering questions, and I turn back, and the dad's just standing there, like, camera pointing at me. And I was like, hi. He's like, photo? And I was like, you want me to take a photo of you, the 2 of you, or the 3 of you? And he's like, no. And the wife starts approaching me with the child with the giant smile on her face. And I was like, you want a photo of me? And they said, yes. And so I got my picture taken for the first time. And it was just so rewarding for some reason. I think it's just because if you're getting your picture taken, you want to, like, they want to remember you. And so that was really awesome. The only thing that was kind of sad was the fact that because there was a language barrier, I couldn't really get out of them why they wanted my picture. So I'm hoping it was a good reason. We were all smiling and it was awesome. So it was just a great moment for me. I was like, my first picture. I also got to witness my first proposal. It was when I was working with Woody and Buzz, and the man and woman came in with Woody and Buzz shirts. They were just taking pictures. He got down on his knee and said, will you go to infinity and beyond with me? And I just had a girl moment. I was like all the feels, and it was so awesome. It was no wishes proposal, but it was pretty cool to get to witness that. I got to have an awesome interaction with a Make-A-Wish family when I was working at Pete's Silly Sideshow. The dad came out a little flustered, and I said, sir, what is wrong? And he said, I can't find my photo pass card. And I just explained to him his options and ways to find his photos if the card is lost, and suggest taking a picture of the back of the card so he at least has the code from now on when he does get a new one. And he was just like, oh, awesome, thank you. And he's like, let me just look in my wallet one more time. And he pulled out a Make-A-Wish lanyard with the genie on it and everything. And I was like, sir, are you part of Make-A-Wish? And he's like, yes, my little girl in there, she's a cancer survivor. And I said, that is amazing. That is so awesome, and I would love to help you out. And he's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah, let's go grab your family. We'll, like, express you pretty much to the characters. And he's like, what? He's like, we just waited to see Donald and Goofy. And I was like, yeah, but you have this awesome card that was given to you because of your amazing daughter who is a cancer survivor. She's earned this card. And he was just like, yeah, but we feel kind of awkward using it because there are kids in worse condition. And I said, yes, but she was there at one point, but she has made an awesome recovery, and still she has earned the right to do this. And he was just amazed by the fact that I was very helpful and persistent and wanting to do this for them. And there was a moment when the little girl was playing with her pin, and I said, "Oh, princess, make sure you don't lose that at all, because that's the way that we know that you are a very special princess and very strong princess." And her dad was beaming from ear to ear, just so proud of her and just loving the attention she was getting and just so appreciative of the moment. He and the wife even came back to me 2 more times before they left to just say thank you. And I was just doing my job, but it was nice to be the one to like reconfirm with this family, like, yes, you can use this and you are deserving. Cassandra and I got to have a moment together. We were in line to meet the fairy godmother, and we met this family. The little girl had a birthday button on, so that's how the conversation got started. We said happy birthday. And at the beginning of the line, like, here's Cassandra, here's the little girls. By the end of the line, Cassandra, the little girls are like sitting right on top of her and like giggling at everything we say, and we were just having great conversations. And it came out at one point that we were on our Disney College program, so we said we were character attendants, and we mostly worked at studios, but it was just such a great interaction with them. There were several times where the mom and the mom behind us were like, "Do you babysit? Like, you're so great with kids." So it was just a really awesome interaction. I met little Princess Lane. If you don't know who she is, she's the Instagram account where her mom makes her costumes. So if you do not know who that is, I will link it below, but she's adorable. And I met her the day that she went and met Hero and Baymax as Honey Lemon. So if you're looking through her Instagram and find the one where she has met Max in her Honey Lemon costume, I was there for that. She's the cutest little thing ever. I hope I get to meet her again. She was just adorable. And later that day, this day I was working with Cassandra, and we were like, well, Baymax and Hero are out for their first day. Let's go see them. So on our lunch break, we just decided to go over to the building they were in, just check them out, not meet them because we did not have enough time. And on our way back, we saw this family waving at us. But we thought they were just like waving at friends that were maybe coming from a different direction. And they're like, "Hi, friends." And we did a double take. And it was the family that we met when waiting for the fairy godmother. It was so awesome. They were so excited to see us. And we were of them. Like, we left them and we both were just like, I can't believe we just saw them. That was so awesome for us. And like, I think it was just super awesome because like, it was perfect timing. If we hadn't gone to see Hero and Baymax, we wouldn't have seen them. They saw us, and we were wearing our attendant costumes, so like, we did not look like how we looked when we were in the parks. And the fact that we were together and we got to see them was super awesome. So I'm so glad we got to see them again. I was working at Play and Dine, which is Hollywood and Vine, the restaurant at Hollywood Studios. And that is where you meet Handy Manny, Doc McStuffins, Sophia, and Jake. And part of the job is to go around to tables and make sure that people have seen all 4 characters. So I was doing that. And I was talking with this one family. They said they saw all 4, but I looked down and noticed that they have first visit buttons. And I'm like, would you like to add your name to your first visit buttons? And the little girl was like, yes. So I was having her spell it out for me and putting Mickey ears on it. And I gave it back to her. And the little boy's like, I left mine in the hotel room. And I was like, oh, that's fine. You can always go get a new one. And he's like, here, but can you do this? And he shows me his autograph book. I'm like, oh, do you want me to put your name in the front? Because there's a spot for it. He's like, no, I want you to sign it. And so I got to sign my first autograph book. It was very exciting. And the little girl even gave me hers and wrote waitress at the top. But I felt like a real rock star. And the mom was just giggling. She's like, well, there's a first time for everything. And I was like, yep, your kids are going to go back to their friends and be like, we met Kelsey. And then they'll be on the hunt for me. But I did work the Christmas party. I worked with Cinderella, Prince Charming, Rapunzel, and Flynn Rider. And I was going around, and any princess I met or like came to our line, I'd say, oh, hello, princess. And then I started with mom and dad saying king and queen. And this one mom and dad were like, you're the first person to call us king and queen. Like, that's so cool. And they were just loving it. They're like, the kid gets all the interactions, but like, you just gave us one. And so it was pretty cool to give them that moment. But it also reminded me that, again, making magic isn't just for the kids. We make magic for guests of all ages. And so from now on, like, anytime I see a princess, mom and dad are not mom and dad. They're king and queen. So that was a really, really cool moment. When I was working with The Incredibles a few days ago, I got to meet one of my followers, which is so awesome. She stopped me, she recognized me, and acknowledged that she watches, and I was like, that's so cool. What are the odds that one of the 133 of you would actually find me in the parks? That's so awesome. Thank you for stopping and saying hello and meeting my characters and getting a picture with me. That's my second picture now. Thank you. It's so awesome. I was working with Sophia, and a little girl dropped her Baymax cup and spilled it everywhere. And she just started bawling her eyes out. And I was like, oh, sweetheart, it is okay. It's just a drink. And she's like, no, I feel bad because I made a mess. I was like, it's just lemonade. You are fine. Like, just worry about meeting Sophia. I come back with towels, and she like promptly starts helping me clean up. She's like, it's my mess. I was just amazed by how sweet this little girl was and how she took initiative to own up to the fact that she had done it. And so to like reward her for like just her good behavior and being such a sweetheart and just doing the right thing in general, I did like no strings with them and went over and got their Baymax refilled. And they were so excited, and the mom just kept saying thank you, and the little girl, and the mom was just raving about the fact how that was probably their magical moment of this trip, because they had been having a lot of issues, and so this like saved the day. And I just felt really good because yes, I had to leave my character. She was with another attendant, but like I had to leave my position, but it felt like the right thing to do, and they were super appreciative of it. So that was an awesome moment for me. And the last one was actually from today. I was at Play and Dine again, and I saw a training group come in, and the leader was a lady who trained me. And she waved and got really excited that she saw me. And the best part is that at the end, before they left, she stopped me and was just like, I just want to let you know that you are awesome. You are doing a great job. And it was so nice because I haven't seen her since training, so I'm hoping that I've progressed and, you know, done really well. And so to get that like confirmation was super awesome and just really rewarding. Overall, I love my job. I absolutely love being a character tenant, and I absolutely love Disney's Hollywood Studios. Every time I go now, I feel at home. I see photographers and they get excited to work with me. The characters are getting to know me, and I love every bit of it. I feel, like I said, that it is no longer work, and I'm no longer the new girl that's timid and learning things. I feel at home, and I love it. And I cannot wait for what the next month has for me. But until then, I will just say, see you real soon.